Hello and welcome to this Transcribe Right tutorial. This is the Sonia half of Claire and Sonia. As part of running your own business, it's important that you keep records to hand to your accountant at financial year end, as well as being able to track your earnings and expenditures. There are several options you can use, and we will be looking at 3 of the options in course module 2. You can buy a pre-printed ledger from your local office supplies outlet and write all of your income and expenses in that. You can use an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document with formulas. I've prepared short tutorials showing how to use each of these options. And this current tutorial is aimed at giving you a crash course on Excel if you are not familiar with it. If you haven't done so already, please download the spreadsheet template we have created for you to use, and we will run through the basic functions. Okay, let's begin. If you can open the Transcribe Right Excel spreadsheet template that we provided you with, you'll see in the workbook that there are 2 worksheets set up. One worksheet is for income and the other worksheet is for expenditure. You'll see that there's a closed padlock on both of these sheets, which is telling you that the document is protected. You can't make any changes to the document. Specifically, you can't accidentally delete the formula or mess up the formatting of the document. We've set it up that way just to help you out a little bit so that you don't make any mistakes. The income worksheet, the information that will be going into that is information that you're going to be inserting from the job sheets you create for the work you're doing. Even if you're just working from home with one client, we recommend that you do create job sheets for the work you're doing for that client so that you can keep track of the rate that you charged for each job, what the audio file quality was like and things like that. The sheets have been set up so that there is formula in them, and in the income spreadsheet the formula is going to do things like times the rate per audio minute by the length of the audio file and give you your income amount, and then it's also going to sum that column up and give you a running total. So you can see that that's summing those cells up there for you and giving you a total down the bottom. In the expenditure spreadsheet, we've tried to give you the categories that we've most frequently come across when running our own home-based businesses. If you need to change them, the thing that you will need to do is unprotect this workbook, and the way to do that is to go up to the Review tab on the workbook up here, and then you want to unprotect the workbook. The password that we've set up is really simple. It's password with a capital P. And now you should be able to work in the sheets. You can see that we still have the padlock, so perhaps I need to unprotect sheet. There we go. Okay. So you'll need to unprotect each sheet rather than unprotect the entire workbook. Now that we've unprotected the income sheet, I'll show you how to insert a row. It's best that you don't wait until you've used up all the rows in the spreadsheet. If you're having a really busy month and you've got a lot of jobs coming through that you need to record into your spreadsheet for the month, when you see that you're down to about the last 2 or 3 rows, it's time to insert a few more. So the easiest way that I've found to do this is to actually go up to the Insert menu up the top here and select Insert Rows, and that'll insert 1 blank row for you. But what I mean by blank is that this row does not have any formula in it. You can see that over here in the income column there's no $sign or anything in there, so it's lacking formula. You'll need to copy and paste the formula in so that the cells that you add in to this worksheet will do all the sums that you want them to do. The way to copy the formula is to go up to a blank row that already has formula in it. If you move the cursor back here until you get this arrow, and then when you click on it, it'll select that row that has the formula in it. Right click to copy, Go down to the new blank row that you've inserted, drag your cursor back till you get that big arrow and click on it, and then right click and paste. And you'll see now over in the columns for income that we have a nice dollar sign and the formula has been inserted. So now if I was to click in that row and put some job information in, it'll add it over and it'll sum it down. It doesn't like that I've got all these blank rows up here, but that's okay, that was just for an example. The expenditure sheet works the same. You will be putting obviously a date. The supplier will be the person, the place that you went to, that you bought, whatever you bought. The item will be whatever it was that you bought, photocopy paper, a new office chair, internet service, whatever it is that you had to purchase to run your home office. And then you'll be putting the amounts of the receipts across in your spreadsheet across here. And then these columns have been set up to sum. Again, if you need to add any extra columns in, you'll need to go into the Review tab, unprotect the sheet, and it is password with a capital P. You'll see that the padlocks are now disappeared off of the worksheet down here, the tab. So now I can go and insert a column. And once again, I'll need to copy the formatting from another column into the new column I've inserted, otherwise it won't have any of the formula in it. So you drag your cursor up to the top till you get the black arrow and select a column that has formula in it. Right click and copy, move over to the new column that you've inserted, paste, and then you've got some formula there. It looks like we're missing a little bit of formula in this cell, so I'm going to copy and paste that in here. We'll make sure that the template you have isn't missing that formula. Okay, so that's how you're going to insert information into a spreadsheet if you need to make any changes to the template that we've provided you with. The other thing you'll need to remember is that this workbook has figures for 1 month only. So at the end of the month you will be going up and you'll be saving that spreadsheet as January 2018 or whatever you want to name it as, and saving it. And then you'll open up a new blank spreadsheet to put the next month's figures into. At the end of the financial year you will have 12 spreadsheets that you will be able to take to your accountant to provide them so that they can prepare your tax return. There we go, that was pretty quick and fast. I hope that helped. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!